You too. Real quick, right? I was meaning to add this into one of my early videos. Um, I just want to give y'all some information on another company. I didn't go to them, um, but they did offer me to. Not really offer me to. It's just, you know, they're not one of the companies where you got to go to orientation to find out if you get hired. They pretty much take a whole lot of people. But I'm talking to you guys about Western Express. Um, I did look into Western Express um, before coming back to going back to U.S. Express, and Western Express has a good deal for for OTR and regional, and actually you make more money at Western Express than you would at U.S. Express as far as regional um, goes and over the road. How it works is this: you go on Western Express's site, you won't find. I found it one time. Did I find? I think I seen it on Indeed. Indeed.com talks about their pay, the actual pay. But if you go on Western Express's actual site, it doesn't talk about their pay. But their pay is like this: if you run 5 loads a week, if you run 5 loads a week, you're guaranteed $800. So if you're running the Northeast Regional, you at least should hit 5 loads a week, and you'll get guaranteed $800. If you get to no, it's either I'm sorry, it's either 5 loads a week or 1,800 miles, and that'll give you $800 a week guaranteed pay. That's good. Um, because at U.S. Express you're not going to make $800 a week. Um, I mean you can, but it's a little difficult with their regional. I'm not talking about over the road. I'm talking about regional. But I'm gonna be honest with you. U.S. Express's regional and over the road miles are about the same per week. You're not going to get 3,000 miles a week at U.S. Express. It's not happening. No one gets it. Well, I'm not going to say no one gets it, but very few get it. Um, my trainer, he's a trainer. He's been there for years. Okay, very good. He's very good, real cool with his fleet manager. They're friends on Facebook, everything. He only gets about 2,500 miles, sometimes 2,200 miles. Uh, Sometimes it's lower than that. Sometimes he may only get 1,800 miles as an OTR trainer. So keep that in mind. Regional, because they are mostly drop and hook, they'll get around, like I said, 16 to 2,000 miles, maybe 2,200 miles, depending on how you move and what they have available. But OTR and regional at US Express are pretty much the same as far as miles are concerned. OTR get a little bit more. All right. So if any of you are bad, well, I guess you would have to live in the Northeast region to get Northeast regional position. Um, I guess because you're going home every weekend. Um, I never really thought about that. Well, I did, I think, but whatever. I think you have to be Northeast regional. You have to live on the northeastern side to get Northeast Regional anyway. Oh, outside of that, if you do decide to go OTR, depending on what state you live in, you're going to have to go team for 12 weeks or something like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. You don't know who you're getting in the truck with. You don't know their driving habits and nothing like that. They just put you in with someone. I guess you might be able to pick and talk to each other before you team up. But even then, man, you guys are both finishing around the same time. You're training. You know, you want someone that you can learn something from if you're going to team. But whatever. So just keep that in mind. As far as OTR and regional. Now back on Western Express. Western Express has dedicated, but they don't advertise it. I guess it's like some inside thing, as far as the recruiter told me. But how their pay works is this: you get 5 loads a week, $800. 1,800 miles, $800. All right, $800. What was I going to say? Um, um, I'm sorry. I'm watching I'm watching something real quick. Um, if you go over 1,800 miles, you get 50 cents additional per mile. All right. If you go over 1,800 miles, you get 50 cents per mile additional. Okay? So that's good. 5 loads a week, 800 miles guaranteed. 1,800 miles a week. 1,800 miles in that week, $800. Anything over 1,800 miles, you get 50 cent additional per mile. Now, let's say for example you don't get 5 loads a week. Almost impossible. But it can happen given your situation. Breakdown, you're on a sliding pay scale. And the sliding pay scale is pretty damn good pay. 75 cents a mile. So, I can't give you, because I forget exactly what was said. Is the exact sliding pay scale, but it's actually a really good pay scale. In my opinion, it's like 50 cent a mile, 75 cent a mile. Depending on the difference in the loads. The farther you go, the further in miles you go, the more miles you get. I guess for that load, you'll get the less cent per mile. The least amount of miles you get, you'll get the higher cent per mile. So it's cool. I was gonna go there, but I'm like, I don't need to. I don't know. Oh, they did qualify me as what they call me, a first class driver because of my experience. Now, U.S. Express has a different category as far as experience is concerned. But Western Express qualified me as a something first class driver, where I would only have to go out for like a couple of days to a week. So depending on which trainer I get, if he's a regional trainer, I will only have to go out 5 days, and then I go out and then I get my own truck. But if they could only had an OTR trainer, then I would have had to go out for 7 days. So, which is not bad. 7 days, get my own truck. 5 days, get my own truck. Not too bad. But I like U.S. Express. I like the benefits they have. And I like Western Express's uh, pay pay scale too, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I like it. You know, you hear a lot of bad things about Western Express and Swift and all that stuff. You hear a lot of bad things about U.S. Express too. They, you know, you go if you see U.S. Express on your Facebook and you click like and you start to see all the Western U.S. Express's advertisements and people commenting, this shit is not positive. Ain't nothing positive about their reviews. Nothing. You got people going crazy, crazy, and then you got some people that saying the only people that are happy at U.S. Express are the people that are on dedicated. All right, you know your miles, you know your pay, you know you got pretty much of an idea of what you're going to get. If you're on a Dollar Tree or Dollar General account, you know you're going to get 3 trailers a week. You know your pay. There other I'm getting tongue tied. There are other dedicated accounts. Once you're on it, you know you're paid. Your Target accounts, Amazon, you know what you're getting because you're doing it all the time. You know how much. You don't have to chase anything. When you're OTR, you're chasing miles. When you're regional, you're pretty much chasing miles. Waiting on the load. But with those dedicated, you know they always need it because it's dedicated. You're running the same thing constantly, all week, every week, the same exact thing. But my opinion, you will make more money at Western Express um, um, on their regional, on their Northeast regional. Home time is still the same, 34-hour reset. He said 34 to 48 here and there. It depends on things, but yeah, they don't give you a road test um, right away. They give you like a drive around. You go around and drive, and then your road test is after your training is done. They do not pay you for orientation. The training pay is $400 a week, but it's only for 1 week for certain drivers. Um, Other drivers is 4 weeks. It's 140 hours for a new grad. So you're done in 140 hours, 40 hours versus 175. And you got to remember, they don't have all that extra stuff that US Express tells you got to do. You don't have to take 100-question test at the end of your training. You don't have to do that computer videos. You know, all those videos that take 2-3 hours to do. So just, I don't want anybody to just be sold on US Express. Yeah, they're a nice company, good company. Never lied to me. Um, they're cool. But there are other companies that don't seem as popular to most people or other people. But you got to get your own experience, your own personal experience with that company. Be the judge for yourself. Don't let someone else's experience dictate what you're going to do. Figure it out. Ask some questions, ask around, develop your own opinion, or give it a try. But don't just say, oh, 1,000 people said they hate that place, I'm not going there. Because 1,000 people said they hate every trucking company that's in this industry. You have to get your own opinion. Now, I didn't go there. I was close. Because it was pretty good deal. But I don't need to do that. I don't need to jump around and all that stuff. I don't need to do that. If I'm going to go with an over-the-road company, I would rather go with U.S. Express. But Western Express is a good company as far as pay-wise. If you're concerned about pay, then my opinion is you probably want to go with a company that's going to guarantee you a minimum pay. I know as a regional driver at U.S. Express, if I keep per diem, I'll get about $600 a week. If I don't keep per diem, it's going to be about $500 a week.